Let everybody know that boycott is the right of the Prophet ﷺ upon us regarding anyone who speaks bad against him or ridicule him. Wallahi, even if it caused us, even if it became harmful to us, we don't mind. It's okay. Do we need, if we want to boycott a country that is offensive against Islam and the Prophet of Islam sallallahu alaihi wasallam, do we need a permission from the leader? Let the leader go to hell if he says you're not allowed to boycott friends for being offensive against the Prophet. Let that leader go to hell. The other thing is, I don't want to buy Peugeot car. I want to boycott Peugeot, Renault, Citroën. I don't want to buy it. No. You should go to your leader and ask him, do you permit me to boycott Peugeot and Citroën cars, my leader? Oh, come on. Now let's give you the evidences about the boycott. The evidences from the life of the Prophet ﷺ that permission is not needed for boycotting. Number one, Thumama ibn Athal, narrated in Sahih Muslim. Hadith number 1764. Don't forget the number. Thumama ibn Athal has a long story in Sahih Muslim. He was kafir, then he was captured, then he was tightened with one of the pegs of the masjid. Then the Prophet kept saying to him, what do you have, Thumama? He says, O Muhammad, I have good. If you kill, you'll be killing a person with blood. That means his tribe will be retaliating for his blood. And if you forgive, you'll be forgiving someone who will be grateful. And if you ask money, ask any money you want, you will be given. The Prophet kept him for 3 days, and he was watching the commitment, the mercy, the kindness, the devotion of the Sahaba. That really impressed him. This is one of the prophetic way of disciplining. Beautiful story. For 3 days, the Prophet used to pass by him and ask him the same thing. What do you have, Thumama? Then he replied the same thing. Then at the 3rd day, the Prophet said, release Thumama, let him go. As soon as they let him go, he said to them, guide me to the place where I can take a shower. He took a shower and he came back and he said to the Prophet, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. O Muhammad, Wallahi, your face used to be the most hated face among all faces, and now it became the most beloved face to me. O Muhammad, your religion used to be the worst religion in my perspective, and now it is the most beloved religion to me. O Muhammad, your city, Medina, was the worst city, my perspective, and now it is the best, most beloved city to my heart. And your people captured me while I was on my way to perform Umrah. So they used to be thinking they're Muslims while they were pagans. Then the Prophet gave him good news, and he taught him, and he told him to carry on his way for Umrah. Now, for sure, the Umrah the Prophet taught him is different. So when the people of Mecca saw him, they said to him, Saba'ta? That means you gave up the religion of your fathers? He said, no, but aslamtu. Not saba'tu, but aslamtu. And I swear by Allah that no piece of wheat will be reaching to you unless Muhammad will permit it. He didn't say, I swear by Allah that I'll be boycotting, we will be boycotting you after the permission of Muhammad. No. He said, we will be boycotting you unless Muhammad permits. He didn't say we will be boycotting you if Muhammad permits. That's the difference. So take it from the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's the evidence number one. Thumama kept boycotting them until they sent a delegation to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam asking him by the kinship between him and them that he persuade Thumama to stop his boycotting. So that's very clear. This narration was narrated in Dala'il al-Nubuwah for al-Bayhaqi, 4th volume, page 79. So they went to the Prophet asking him to give an order to Thumama to stop his boycott. So the permission of the Prophet came after to stop the boycott, not before, as the Madkhalis say. The evidence number two. Sa'd ibn Mu'adh, the leader of Medina, he used to be having a friend before he became Muslim. His name is Umayyah ibn Khalaf. He's a pagan. But Sa'd ibn Mu'adh became Muslim. And they welcomed the Prophet ﷺ. You know the story. Sa'd used to, when he goes to Mecca, to be accommodated by Umayyah ibn Khalaf, the kafir. When they were both kuffar. But when Sa'd became Muslim, he remained a friend to Umayyah ibn Khalaf. So as he went to Mecca to perform Umrah, he was seen by Abu Jahl, who said to him, "Oh, you, Sa'd ibn Mu'adh, didn't I hear that you're accommodating and sponsoring this man, Muhammad? Wallahi, had it not been that you were accommodated by Umayyah ibn Khalaf, you won't be returning safe to your family." Sa'd ibn Mu'adh said to him, "If you prevented me from performing my Umrah, I'll be preventing you something worse than that, your way through Medina, your trade to Asham through Medina." Then Umayyah ibn Khalaf said, "Are you raising your voice against the master of Mecca, Abu Jahl?" Then Sa'd said to Umayyah, "Come on, cut it out, Umayyah. I heard something from the Prophet about you." He said, "What?" He said, "Wallahi, I heard the Prophet saying that you're going to be killed in one of your fights against Muslims." This man became extremely afraid. When Abu Jahl, after a period of time, when Abu Jahl started to make preparation for war against the Prophet ﷺ, he came to Umayyah ibn Khalaf saying to him, "Umayyah, aren't you going to be coming with us to fight Muhammad?" Then Umayyah remembered what Sa'd said about him. He said, "Oh, I think it's difficult for me to take that way." Then Abu Jahl said to him, "What people are going to say about you? That all people in Mecca are making preparation except you? You'll be discouraging people from joining with us." He said, "Does it have to be?" He said, "Yes, you must be going with us." He said, "Okay, if this has to be, okay." Then he said to his wife, "Prepare for me the best preparation, the best weapon, the best horse." His wife said to him, "Didn't you remember what you've been told about you're going to be killed? This is the prophecy of the Prophet ﷺ." He said, "I'll keep myself away as much as I can. I'm not going to be joining with them the war. I'll try to be distant as much as I can." He couldn't be avoiding it. Allah killed him. And he was one of those tyrant, I think 7, who died among the leaders of Mecca. in the battlefield Badr. So that's the second evidence. He immediately told Abu Jahl that I'm going to boycott your way to Asham through my city, Medina. The third evidence, narrated by Muslim, hadith number 2474. When Abu Dharr came to see the Prophet ﷺ and he was impressed by Islam and he became Muslim, when the people of Mecca recognized this, as he was passing through Mecca, they started to beat him up. No one saved him from their beatings except Al-Abbas, the uncle of the Prophet. He was not Muslim at that time. And he said to them, don't you know that Abu Dharr al-Ghafari is from Ghafar city, which is on your trade way to Asham? That means you'll be boycotted. Be careful. And because of this warning given by Al-Abbas, they stopped beating up Abu Dharr when they know that he is Muslim. Please tell me, Mr. Madkhali, who's only active, the Prophet ﷺ is more beloved to us than this leader and that leader. We do not take permission from the leader if we want to react against any offense against our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Go you and your leader. Go to hell. Let's give an example. A person who has a shop and you knew that he was trying to rape, harass your daughter. Would you be asking permission from the leader of the Muslims if you boycott this shop? How much more if we know that those leaders today, many of them, they became Zionists. They even participated in with the French demonstration for favor of Charlie Hebdo magazine after the drawers, ridiculers of the Prophet ﷺ got killed. Many of those Arabian leaders, they participated in the demonstration saying, Je suis Charlie Hebdo. Non, tu es le con, tu es le salope. Vous êtes juif. Vous êtes pas musulman. You're not Muslim. You're a Jew. For participating, sharing the march for favor of Charlie Hebdo magazine. Horrible. And some of them, they are Jewish. Just like Abdul Fattah al-Sisi is a Jew. He is a Jew. His mother is Moroccan Jew. Her name is Malika Titani. As you see it, the documents prove that he is a Jew. And her brother is Moroccan member in the Knesset Parliament. And this is her official ID by the Ministry of Interior in Morocco. Well, he admitted that, yes, I've been living in the Jewish region, coast, in Cairo. Jewish. I was raised up in a Jewish region. Region. Put L-I before region. It becomes religion. Anyway. So if I want to boycott la vache qui rit, French cheese, which means in English, the laughing cow. If I want to boycott la vache qui rit, shall I call my leader, the king? Hello, king. I need to boycott la vache qui rit cheese. Would you allow it? Really, this is absurd and naive and silly to put these conditions on those who want to boycott. Boycott is a great emotional feeling of the Muslim. He can't do anything better than that. And that's why it comes from the bottom of his heart that he doesn't want to deal with those who insult the Prophet ﷺ or become harmful to the Muslims. Well, you may say, if you boycott China, then Russia, then America, then Denmark, then France, then Sweden, what's going to happen to you? You're going to be poor. Let me be poor for the sake of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I don't care. If this is the least we can do any better? Yes. We don't care. We will be compensated by the creator of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We don't care. But the problem that those madkhalis, they lack this feeling. You know why? Because they weigh the matters relating it to the leaders of the Muslim, not to the law of Allah, the constitution of Allah. Therefore, the boycott is halal and there is no need to take permission from the leader. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.